another video from Igne. Today we are going to be going into development ants, as well as eggshells, how to best use them, how to best get these ants, and which ones are actually worth getting and using and not. But before we get into that, like always, I got to go in and give a shout out to our sponsors. This video is sponsored by Aptoid, where with my code, which will all be on the screen right now, you can get anywhere from 5 to 40% off any in-game purchase. Plus, with using my code and being subscribed and in my Discord, we also often give $500 giveaways to anybody that happens to be subscribed to my YouTube and in my Discord. So hop in, join. The link to my Discord is in the description below, as well as a full video explanation of how to benefit from the Aptoid's sponsorship. But anyway, let's get right into it. So, eggshells. Let's go into that first. So, how do you obtain, how do you use, etc., etc. So, right here, as you can see, I have quite a bit of them, is the eggshells. Now, the eggshells themselves you get from a lot of things. The one that gives you, that you get the most from, is from Colony Actions. As you can see, you get 20 eggshells. Now, to be able to maximize your output of eggshells and obtaining eggshells, your best way is to be able to stretch it across as many Colony Actions as you can over a large period and course of time. As you can see, I have a ton of them already. So, and I have all the developmental ants, so there's not much use for me. But anyway, you click on use, and you can come here to where you see Atlas Glider, Flat Shield, Acid Ant Fragment, and Urchin Ant. Then you have the Adult Leaf Cutter, Texas Turtle, Bright Blue, and the Strobe, to which you can buy any of those. I think it refreshes weekly, so you can buy each of those each week as you so desire. So what do these ants actually do? So if we go over to, let me find it. I don't know my own hills sometimes. Okay, we go into the actual station. You can see what I have and don't have. Now, the Atlas Glider is one of the best ones for actual construction, to be able to not only reduce the timer, but you get additional experience, etc., etc. But the downfall of it is you have to have the light contract in order to use this ant. So it's an ant that I personally will never use, because I find that the light contract is honestly a waste of $30 every month. But that's entirely up to you. Now, the next one that I do use is the Amber Glider. Now, and what this does, you get like XP from your insect fodder. You get increased hatch speed on your insects, develop time insects, insect breeding, garrison attack when defending the anthill, and insect fodder protection, etc. Now, the reason why I don't have this one upgraded, honestly, is because I already have a ton of level 11 insects, and I don't really have much of a use for it, so I haven't decided to put the actual spores into it when I have better use for my spores for upgrading other ants that I actually need. But that's what that would be best for. How do you get that? You get that from the insect growth plan. Let me go look at that. Yeah. No, it's not that. Yeah, it's the Special Ant Growth Plan 2, which you get the Special Ant Growth Plan 2 when you buy the first growth plan. I think you have to buy it like 2 times or something like that, and then it'll unlock the second growth plan. Well, we'll go back right into the rest of them here. Thorn Ant. I think this one you can just hatch, if I remember right. It's mostly for trading with your ladybug. Same with the red spider, you can hatch. Dinosaur ant, you can hatch. Then you get into the ones that actually matter and are actually worth having. The flat shield is for your gardening production, which you can buy via that store that I showed earlier. There's also another method of purchasing, which I'll show here in a minute. The acid ant, which I'm a shooter main, so that's the one I obviously do, which gives me hatch speed, hatch cap. I could do the resource cost, but I never really cared about that, and more hatch speed. Especially when you get up into T10s, this becomes absolutely invaluable, because if you look, I think I started this hatch yesterday. I still have 8 days left on a single hatch of T10s. So it definitely does help to have these kind of ants for that. Urchin ant for the same thing, but for carrier. And now the Crimson Healer is if you are a fighter, and it helps quite a bit. So you get things like healing speed, healing resources, cost reduction, which when you're healing T10 again, it gets expensive real quick. Healing speed, which is key. Healing cap, and healing resource cost. And like I said, when you're healing T10, I mean, it's like 3-4 days of speeds you have to use just to heal one march's worth of injured. And Texas Turtle, I never really used it. The bright blue is more hatch speed, hatch cap, which I didn't care about. And then, yeah, 50 shooter ants of the current highest tier up to T9. So you can't get it for T10, so I never bothered going ahead and using that at all. And the same thing for carrier. And then here's another healing one, which actually I never even saw that. I'll probably upgrade this on Special Ant Day, get some extra healing speed. And then for production, as you can see, I don't have anything unlocked for any of the productions. Honestly, all they do is like increase your actual like honeydew meat plant, etc. So what about the ants that you actually do want to get? How do you get them? What's the fastest way if you don't want to do the grind for the eggshells? So what you can do is you can come over here to this time limited hatch. I think it's like every week they change this, and what it is if you actually go and look, this is all the things that you're able to hatch and the number of things that you're able to hatch. So like this week is the Giant Destructor. They do have Atlas Glider in there from time to time. They have the Acid Ant, which is when I did it and bought the special eggs for it, just to be able to get the Acid Ant. And the drop rate's actually pretty high for what you actually need. I think I spent like maybe $100 and got all the copies I needed. And for that pack, my little recorder's in the way all the time. For that pack, you come over here to Special Ant, and it's this time limited egg. It starts at $10, I think it goes up to $20, and then they have a $50 or something like that, and then stays at like $50. So yeah, that definitely helps with that. But anyway, I hope that answers your questions about what you kind of want to look for and everything. And of course, keep in mind, as you increase your Special Ant habitat, like mine is at 25, you can actually station all of the ants, so you don't even have to worry about it. But this should at least let you know which ants are actually worthwhile to have and keep, and also what events to look out for as far as what development ant that you can get, and get what you need. And with that, Agnes out.